Hi, my name is Kyle Wisdom. I graduated from Gordon-Conwell in 2008 with a Master's of Divinity. I'm currently living in Orlando, Florida, and I'm working to finish my PhD while also serving the global church. My family and I lived overseas in Indonesia for 11 years. While we were there, I worked as a pastor, I worked as a seminary professor, and also worked with local Indonesian Christian organizations to support their work and train future leaders in their church. I never expected to serve overseas. I always thought that I would be a pastor. And while I was at Wheaton for my undergrad, I started to develop a love for the global church. But it was at Gordon-Conwell where those passions started to come together and started to crystallize around an idea. So I was thinking about the passion for the global church and the needs in so many places around the world, along with some of my heart and passion just to serve and to preach and to help people. And these two came together with the idea of becoming an international church pastor. So that's what my wife and I started out doing. Worked at an international church that was about half Indonesian, half expats, and I worked as a pastor and also connected with local Indonesian pastors. It was wonderful. I loved my time at Gordon-Conwell. We made lifelong friends. We lived in the apartments in Graham and Bell, kind of at the bottom of the hill on the South Hamilton campus, and it brings back great joy to think about the rich times of friendship and having our daughter born there and connecting with students and faculty on campus. And I loved the global focus that was reflected both in the student body, studying with students from around the world, as well as the focus on teaching in theology, in some of the cross-cultural classes on various religions. It was wonderful and really wonderful preparation. Also really benefited from the Center of World Christianity and developed really helpful friendships with Doug and Jeannie Birdsall, who are part of the Wilson Center. And they've continued to be mentors and friends to this day. For those who have lived overseas, you know that it can be adventurous and brings lots of change and variety. So while I was there, I eventually started to develop an interest in the majority religion, which is Islam, and I started a PhD to learn more about that. And that actually led and turned into some very interesting interfaith work. So I'm currently working with a joint working group. So I'm working with the World Evangelical Alliance, which is the largest evangelical organization in the world. They serve and represent over 600 million Christians, and they're in over 120 different countries. I'm also on this joint working group with the world's largest Muslim organization, which is using the English term humanitarian Islam, and they are largely based in Indonesia. And I've been able to serve and contribute to this group due to some of my expertise from living in Indonesia, as well as my PhD work on political philosophy and Indonesian Islam. And this group has been so interesting and fantastic. It's led to work on religious freedom, and our group is focused on countering religious extremism and secular extremism. We recently published a book called God Needs No Defense, Reimagining Muslim-Christian Relations in the 21st Century. Here's the book. This is the first time being published. I'm excited about that and excited about what the book means. It's meant to argue for the necessity of evangelism, and our group is trying to build peace without minimizing truth claims. So we're trying to both be legitimate about the claims of Christianity, and they're trying to be legitimate about the claims of Islam, while also acknowledging that we can have peace and we can try to engage in evangelism without things leading to violence. It's a really exciting group, and it feels like a significant way to be a part of serving the local church in Indonesia, as well as being connected to the global body of evangelicals as represented in the WEA. Gordon-Conwell was a fantastic place to get a good grounding for future study. The global vision there led, at least for me, to an engagement on the global scale, working towards things for like religious freedom, trying to help the persecuted church and alleviate unnecessary suffering in majority world places around the world where violence is happening between Muslims and Christians. So that's a little bit of my story and background and the way Gordon-Conwell has contributed to me, and it's a delight to share this with you. Thank you.